One of the best things you can do for your IEP team is say thank you. Welcome to the Special Education Inner Circle podcast. I'm your host, Catherine Witcher, and today we're going to talk about all the different ways that you can say thank you. Okay, maybe not all the different ways, but I did post out on Instagram and Facebook, what's the kindest thing that you have heard from a parent or a teacher when it comes to your IEP team? I asked both parents and teachers what words made a difference. What did the other side say to them that made an impact? And you know what? As we get ready for this school year and we get ready for the chaos and the stress and the large caseloads and the feeling like we need to catch up, there's going to be a lot of words exchanged. And I hope some of them are kind. And I'm going to share the top 5 from teachers' point of view and from parents' point of view today with the hope that it inspires you to drop a thank you to somebody on your IEP team. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I asked teachers, what is the kindest thing a parent ever said to you? A teacher responded, "Thank you for helping my daughter graduate on time, for supporting her and for pushing her." That's what the parent said to the teacher. "Thank you for helping my daughter graduate on time." You know what that tells me? There were a lot of teachers who did not believe in this mom's daughter's future. But this teacher, she believed, she pushed that daughter, she helped her graduate on time, and the mom is grateful. Those words, they made a difference. Another teacher responded that a parent said to her, "Your words, actions, and planning shows how much you love our child. Thank you." I love that the word planning is in there. Teachers, how many times have you felt like you do all this planning and nobody really notices? So parents, if you notice that a teacher is planning and executing, it's important for you to say thank you and acknowledge that, because I can tell you, as a former classroom teacher, people don't say thank you for that, and it takes a lot of work. So parents, I encourage you to reach out to teachers and say that. Another teacher heard from parents, she said, "Thank you for your patience. Our children are lucky to have you." We hear this word a lot as teachers, like, "Oh, you must, have so much patience to work with the children who have special education needs. Oh, they're so lucky to have you." But here's the thing: when it comes from a parent that says, thank you for your patience, that's coming from a place of, the world doesn't have a lot of patience for children who learn differently, who access their environment differently, who simply have different needs. The world is difficult to navigate. And for a parent to see that a teacher takes the time and has the patience to help a child be successful, that matters. All right. I love this one. A parent said to a teacher, "You're the best at calming my son down." I can tell you why that teacher put that there and told me, like, this made such an impact. It's because a parent said to the teacher, "You're the best at doing this." You know what? Parents, you're the best. You're the best at doing so many things. So when you acknowledge that the teacher has a skill set and a connection with your child, it means a lot. So parents, if you see a teacher connecting with your child and that they're able to communicate in different ways, please reach out and say thank you. All right, so this is one of my favorites. It's where a parent said to a teacher, "I know we've been difficult this year, but you've done a great job." It's so important as a parent. Here's the thing: if you're that parent, right, which that's fine. If you're that parent that emails 10 times more than the other parents, if you're that parent who is always checking on the data and the documentation and how many minutes were used for speech therapy this month, if you're the parent who's doing all of that, good for you. And you know what? Keep doing it. And it's also okay to say, "Listen, I know that I'm asking a lot of you, and it's really not about you. It's about my child, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate the work that you're doing." That takes a ton of stress off the teacher in a way that you guys can collaborate at a whole new level. So, all right, let's jump in, and I'm going to let you know some of the things that parents heard. So if you're a teacher listening here, I want you to lean in and hear, what do parents really appreciate when you're saying something about their child? And I love this one. This mom says that her son has an incredible ability to just get people, that he often picks up on other people's cues that something might be wrong. So she knows this about her son. The teacher came to her and said that her son often picks up when a student is having a not so great day, and her son befriends that child and gives that child some extra attention. And that actually kind of flags the teacher to say, oh, like this child is giving more attention to this other student. I wonder what's going on. So she's able to see this emotional intelligence that this child has to really pick up on when somebody needs a friend and needs some extra support. And that means a lot. So teachers, if you are noticing this ability of a student to have an emotional connection with other students or within the school community, please let the parents know, because that is a huge worry that parents have. All right, I love this one because it's a little bit different than a typical, hey, you're doing a great job. This is where a parent went to the teacher and said, thank you so much for doing all of these things for our son who learns different. And the teacher said back, I do this for all my students. Every class has students below grade level, at grade level, and above grade level. I need to adapt my teaching and differentiate for each student. It's my job to meet each student where they are. It's no different for your son. The mom says this was a game changer from that day forward. So do you see why this was a big thank you? This was a big, kind perspective. So the teacher shared, like, listen, you don't need to thank me for helping your child learn. It's my job. Your child's awesome. Yes, I have to differentiate things. It's my job to meet your child where they're at. Like, I got this. We got this together. It also, I can guarantee, it also raised the expectations going forward, where this mom now knows that she doesn't have to thank a teacher in a way of like, thank you so much for implementing the IEP. Not that we don't want to say thank you, right? We do, but there's a way to say, like, thank you. I see that you're doing a great job, or like, thank you for, really helping my son. There's a difference in that. So teachers, it is 100% okay. I encourage you to step into your expertise when you're speaking with parents and say, listen, this is my job. And I'm good at it. And I'm going to help your child. And this is what we're going to get done. And you should have high expectations of me as a teacher, because I'm going to do my best for your child. Those are kind words. All right, I love this one. A mom says that her son's preschool teacher saw her every day in the thick of autism while toting around her 6-month-old. The teacher was always so supportive. One day I got the mail and she had written me the sweetest note saying she sees me and I was doing a great job. She told me to never give up. I've never given up, but I didn't even know that I needed that little extra encouragement. I keep the letter on my desk for the hard days. All right, teachers. So those note cards that you're picking up at the dollar spot and you're like writing a note to the parents and slipping it into the backpack or popping it into the mail and you're wondering, I don't even know, like, does the parent even care that I sent this? Yep, they do. They do. There are many parents that are keeping those notes on their desk, in their purse, in their drawer, so they can see them on the hard days. All right. This is a great one. It says, your child and the work you have put in is still one of our best success stories. Again, this is a teacher who then saw a parent putting in the work and said, I see the work that you're doing. I see you is a huge game changer. That is a huge statement when it comes to acknowledging the work that is happening, even if it's not always perfect. All right, here's the last one that's coming from a teacher to a parent, and it's actually coming from a paraprofessional. And I wanted to include our paraprofessionals in this because although they may not be the certified teacher, they may not be the case manager, they may not be the one that's driving all of the instruction, they are definitely teachers in our special education system. They are supporting the learning of all of our students. So a former paraprofessional emailed this mom and said that it was her son that inspired her to continue her education and working in the field of autism. So it was so impactful for this parent to hear that, like, my son helped make a difference, not just for this one person, but this one person is now going to further her knowledge and make a bigger impact. That's the trickle effect that happens when we use kind words. So again, as we go into this school year, as we get ready to talk about some not so pretty situations that have been happening in special education, as we get back into a groove, we get back into routines, we start figuring out where all the data's at and what needs to happen next, just remember that your kind words absolutely matter. And I hope that these words today have inspired you to reach out to one of your fellow IEP team members and tell them that you see them, that you acknowledge them, that you're specific in your gratitude and your gratefulness to the work that they're putting in, because it absolutely will make a difference. Again, if you'd like to continue this conversation and become a special education insider, I would love to have you inside of the Special Education Inner Circle. I'll put the link above or below wherever you're listening to this. And if you happen to be watching this on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, please leave a comment below. If you're listening on iTunes, Google, Spotify, please leave a review. All of those things make a difference, because the more reviews and the more comments, the more parents and teachers we can reach. So have a great rest of your day. Remember, kind words matter, and put it on your to-do list. Who are you going to reach out? Who are you going to say, I see you?